What's going on, guys? I hope you're having an awesome Friday. Hope you're planning on having an awesome weekend. Me and Zed's just chilling here, pouring a cup of coffee as we speak, boiling some eggs for a tuna salad I plan on making later. And me and Zed just listened to the new Ozzy Osbourne Ordinary Man record that came out February 21st. It's this 12th studio album. And it's his first album that he's released in over a decade, I believe. Since Scream. Can't remember if it was Scream or Black Rain was his last release. But yes, Ordinary Man is, I will say it's his best record that he's released in a very long time. In my personal opinion, the best he's released since No More Tears. That being said, I'm not saying it's in any way better than No More Tears, but it's certainly will resonate with you. I've just given it 2 listens to every track, back to back all the way through. He went with producer Andrew Watt with this, or simply known as Watt. Watt has worked with a lot of modern artists. Everybody from Justin Bieber to Blink-182. A lot of pop. Artists. So he's got that going for him. So sonically, this album is very pleasing, and I'd hold Andrew Watt responsible for that. He does some guitar work on the album as well. He's a decent guitarist. I'll give him credit there. On drums on pretty much every track is Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers. You can't go wrong with Chad Smith at all. Other guitarists that appear on the album is Slash and Tom Morello. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, and Slash is fucking Slash. I mean, what more needs to be said? He has some vocal features from Elton John on the title track, Ordinary Man, as well as Travis Scott and Post Malone, which Post Malone I know very little about, and Travis Scott I'd know even less. So let's get into it. We'll get into the title track. Ordinary Man is it's a beautiful collaboration between him and Elton John. It's unlike anything Ozzy or Elton has ever done before. It's very much in perfect harmony and unison, though. It's an awesome song. It's a good choice for the title track. It doesn't feel like the rest of the album, but it doesn't always have to. It's a very beautiful piece. It's a great thing to cap Ozzy's catalog with. I know he's having some health problems, so if this is his coda, it's not a bad way to go out. And it was a good song. This album is Ozzy at his most emo, I will say. Songs like All My Life, Holy for Tonight, and Goodbye. Holy for Tonight is just a lonely, emotional Ozzy with beautiful music, but the lyrics are just I didn't care for them. Goodbye was probably Ozzy at his most emo. And All My Life, it really doesn't feel like an Ozzy song. It's hard to put my finger on, but and I know Ozzy has never written any of his own shit anyways, but it just doesn't feel right. It's like the album flows pretty seamlessly together. They did a good job with that, but All My Life just seems kind of out of place, and maybe they should have put it somewhere different in the track listings. All My Life and Goodbye back to back, I would have moved closer to the end. Maybe not at the very end, but I would have moved a little bit closer. The Post Malone features are as well 2 back-to-back songs with It's a Raid and Take What You Want. Take What You Want featuring Travis Scott and really not feeling like it should, not having the feel that it should be on the album either. And but it is, and it's I think it would go better on a Post Malone album, maybe. I don't know much about Post Malone. I'm guessing, that's his sound, so maybe it would suit him a lot more. I'm not complaining though, because it wasn't a bad song. It's a Raid, however, is very cringy and pop punk Ozzy, like Oz 182, Oz 41. I don't know. It's a cool breakdown. I'll give it that much, but that's about all I have to say about it. There is some turds on the album, and I will say the turds are Under the Graveyard, Eat Me, and Straight to Hell. Those are my least favorite songs on this album. I know a lot of people will disagree with that. I know Straight to Hell and Under the Graveyard, I believe they both have videos that I haven't watched because I prefer to just hear the music first. Maybe I'll do a reaction to the videos later at some point. But I just really didn't like them, and they were the low points of the album. And considering Straight to Hell opens it, it's a cool riff, but like everything about it's very basic, very stripped down. With they just layered it with tracks of like very basic stuff. It just I didn't like the breakdown. The basic riff and melody to the song's cool, but that's as far as that goes. Eat Me was just fucking corny. And Under the Graveyard has a cool hook. That's pretty much it. The high points to the album was Today Is the End, which is my personal favorite. I don't think it's fair to stack it up against Ordinary Man. Ordinary Man's a different kind of composition altogether. But as far as like a pure rock song that has an Ozzy feel to it, that is a reflection of what Ozzy's doing now, Today Is the End is fucking awesome. I saw Ozzy when I was in high school. I believe I was a freshman or a sophomore in high school. He came to town with Rob Zombie. It was the Merry Mayhem tour, and he had Soil with him, who I didn't like, and a band I'd never heard of called Mudvayne, who blew my fucking mind and made me a Mudvayne fan on the fucking spot. They were incredible, and underdogs of the night, but played their asses off. Ozzy rocked the house too, and so did Zombie, and played clips of his unreleased, at the time, House of a Thousand Corpses. It was a special night. But it made, listening to that song made me think of that night, and, being there with, my best friend and my father, who right now are no longer with us, and, that's a story for a different time, but it made me think of that, and that's the significance that Ozzy kind of holds in my life, because I was such a big fan for so long, and now I've kind of grew out of it, but when I look back on it fondly. The album, I'll give 3.5 decapitated bats out of 5. Wasn't bad, but definitely was not his best work by any means. And I'll tell you one thing, Zed didn't like the album at all. He just slept and scratched at the door and licked his balls. I mean, he just did not care for it. I don't blame him. He's more of a Floyd guy. So, yeah. So I hope to do more music reviews in the future. If you have any suggestions, If you have any comments, if you think my opinions fucking suck, tell me. Let's get a dialogue going about it. This is MAWX Gunderson. Like, comment, and subscribe. And from Zed, we love you guys. Take it easy.